Hi, everybody. I am Michele Amburgey, and I am the Awakener, one of many. And we're all here to help awaken mankind to who we truly are. And I know that that seems a little bit crazy, but that's what I'm here for. And how I'm doing it best is by awakening myself, by doing practices, by moving into my inner realm, learning about who I am, removing, healing, transmuting, transforming, transcending all these lower energies and energies that are blocking and limiting me. And the more I do that, the more I become aware of how crazy deeply we are connected to something so much greater than most of us have ever considered. And I know my brain has a hard time wrapping itself around it, because it's like I get the concept, but at the same time, I also it's so much that we could possibly actually be, truly God creator beings, that we could actually possibly be beings that we create everything around us. I mean, it's hard to wrap your mind around it because our brains are so geared towards a particular way of thinking. It's very linear. It's very time attached. We've got our calendars, we've got our clocks, we've got our schedules, we've got our things to do, and those keep us in this form. It's like, well, I got to do this. I got to get up at 7 a.m. and I got to have breakfast at 7:30. And, we have this scheduled kind of life. Even those of us who aren't that scheduled, that are kind of maybe semi-retired, or even people that are retired, you don't have to keep to a clock. So often we're still dialed into that. And that doesn't really allow us to be in that complete free flowing energy of consciousness. And just that right there kind of keeps us in that. And I've been contemplating so much lately about, if the world really is a construct of what we've done, and we look out there and it's like, it's kind of screwed up. And if we've made it, we can recreate it. And if we can recreate it, what do we have to do? Is this a group thing? Can we do it one by one? How are we going to do this? How are we going to make these differences? How are we going to make these changes? I've also gone into those places where it's like you look in the world and it's like, if this is what this is about, and, we hear people talking about, that humanity has been enslaved by the dark side for hundreds of thousands of years. And the question that keeps coming up in my head is, well, if that's how it is, and that's how it's, going to be, because that's what we keep getting told, it's getting worse, it's all hell's coming. Why the hell are we coming into form? Why are we coming here? Right? If this is such a horrible place, why are we coming here? We're free souls. When we leave this body, we're unlimited. Why do we keep coming here? And that's a question that I've been pondering a lot, which leads me into why we're talking about starseeds today. Because starseeds is a label that we put on kind of a certain generation of people. Usually it's people that are probably like under 30, maybe even a little bit more, are teenagers and young ones. And what that's relating to is that they're beings that are born of the stars. They are very special beings that are coming here at this time of change to bring a particular quality of frequency and vibration onto the planet to help out. And that makes sense. And I see it in many of the kids that we have now, even the ones, that aren't, all metaphysical and spiritual. There's still a vibration, a frequency that they bring. And it's coming in because many of these kids are related to like the Pleiades, to the Sirians, to the Arcturians, to the Lyrans, to the Andromedans, to many of these star clusters, these star groups that are in there. But we have to remember, at their core, hi, Dawn. Hey, Jules, you're a woman of many names. But the Starseeds, we all have star dust in us, if you will. All of our DNA, we all have interplanetary, interstellar DNA in us. We have activations, we have energy in us. So I wanted to talk about star seeds because we are all star seeds. But there is a particular group of, I want to say a particular group of kids. There is a particular group that this term star seeds does align with. And they are typically 30 and under. I do know I'm a star seed. I'm what is called a blue Ray Starseed. I'm an old one, but a lot of the people that came in late 50s, early 60s, who kind of came in under the love, peace, and harmony time of the 60s and the hippie era and stuff, there were a lot of star seeds that incarnated then too, because they were coming in. There was, how it was explained to me by infinite wisdom, is that during the hippie era, because everybody was into love and freedom and not working and all that stuff, and smoking pot, taking LSD, there was a huge portal opening during that time for a higher frequency of people to be able to come in. The hippies really had something going on. It was just in such a strange way. And when it started including so much alcohol and drugs and mind-altering substances that can be very beneficial when used responsibly, not when used, at a 9-day Woodstock festival. But hey, you know what? There were some consciousnesses awoken then. Oh, you early? Yeah, me too. I'm early 60s. I like it, trying on new names. That's funny. I love it. Why not? So yeah, so we all are connected to star systems. And I want to add too that most of us are connected to more than one star system. We're ancient, man. We have been around for so long. And what a lot of people think is they call some people like young souls, people that come here on earth and they're young souls. But it doesn't mean their souls are young. It means that they haven't incarnated in the human experience or the physical experience or this physical emotional experience that we have here on planet Earth. So they're not used to how to navigate all this, but they're still ancient star seeds. So really, we're all star seeds in a way. But there's also, what's interesting about the whole star seed thing is it's fun to get, it's fun to go in and get the information as to what star system you're actually related to, because that can also help you in having some understanding of yourself. Most of us come down through either Pleiades or the Arcturians right now. We do have some of the Sirian beings here. There's Lyrans, there are Andromedans, there are many of them. But right now, the Pleiadians and the Arcturians are very close. They're very close to us intimately as far as family is. I imagine that their DNA or their energy activation, the frequency activations that are a part of who we are, probably is the strongest. What I'm getting is Pleiadian, Arcturian. God, it's hard to even describe. It's almost like their energy is like the thickest in us, if you will. And they also are two of the main groups that are here really helping us during this time of transition, and they're helping to protect planet Earth, helping to protect humanity, all the animals, the water, everything. We're starting to see more and more ships in the sky, which is super exciting, to see that there really is physical representation of what so many of us have known. And we have to remember that they're our family. I started writing a book probably like 15 years ago, and it keeps popping up when I get in my documents like, oh, it's time to finish. And it's about the last fall of Atlantis. Now, Atlantis has had several cycles of it, if you will. It's kind of crumbled and fallen and then, was resurrected again. But on this last fall, I started writing this book because I was getting these visions and having these dreams about how as the island was beginning to shake and rumble, there were massive earthquakes and I was there as one of the priestesses of the main big crystal that was there, but I knew that there were people that were doing things to it, because that crystal, clear crystal, started turning into like a deep maroon blood red kind of a color, and it would shift and it would take hues. And I knew that there was something happening. But in the book and the story and in my memory, what happened is we all got up one morning and we started having earthquakes, like some really serious earthquakes. Things were starting to get pretty serious. And so we, those of us that worked with Crystal, sent our signal out to our star families that something was happening, that things are falling apart, that it was getting dire and serious. And then we started getting people off the island. And we were getting people off the island. We were using good old-fashioned wooden ships, right? Beautifully made, mind you, and with wonderful technology on them too, mainly with crystals and consciousness. But we had many spaceships that came in to take some of us off, and coming in and helping out and helping to get the people moved and moving some of the animals and stuff and all that then, because we had animals as pets, right? And we had a lot of dolphins, we had a lot of whales, and stuff is a big part of our lives in Atlantis. And so it was really interesting as I'm writing this book and these memories are flooding me. It became so real to me that our star families have been involved with us for so long. They've been such a huge part of us. And it's really important that we begin to kind of open ourselves up to the possibility that may be true. And if it is, what does that mean? If you think about it, it's like, oh, cool. I can see the Pleiades at night, and that's my star family. But think beyond that. Think about, the Pleiadians are these beings, that live on stars, which are gaseous portals to we don't know where, right? They look like they're sitting in our sky, but are they? Because we know now that stars are probably portals. So where are they coming from? Where is their existence? Obviously, they have time travel. Obviously, they have the ability to connect their consciousness with physical forms, because they have ships, right? And we know that ships aren't driven like we drive our cars. They're driven through consciousness and conscious connection to the mechanisms of the ships, those great big huge ships. And so, if we start thinking bigger, for them to have that technology, they certainly have to have a much greater understanding of the working of this universe than we do. Which says there's so much more out there. We're beginning to understand that sacred geometry and geometrical forms, and that there are stargates, right? There used to be the TV show, I think it was called Stargate SUV or whatever. And a lot of those things talk about stargates. Well, we're beginning to understand that stargates are real. Stargates are portals within the universe that are part of the sacred geometrical matrix, that these stargates can be shifted, they can be distorted, they can be closed, they can be blown up. They could be used to advance great things. And that there's been a tug of war, not just here on this planet, but there's been a tug of war, interuniversally for a very, very long time. And again, my mind kind of, hey, Kimberly, welcome. In my mind, it's kind of like, well, this tug of war is going on forever and ever and ever. Is it ever going to stop? Are we ever going to find that peace and harmony? And it was really cool, because the answer that came to me was like, yes, we can create that. We get our peace and harmony, our love, sex, and rock and roll people together. And we create that field, we create that matrix, we create that together. And so that is the creating of this 5D new earth, new paradigm thing that we're working on. This is why everybody's talking about, it's like, don't focus on that crazy stuff, focus on what you want, because we can create a paradigm where we can live in that and be a part of that. Does it mean all the other stuff goes away? No. But is that going to be in our worlds? No. Not if we don't program the matrix that way, right? but it also requires us to do a lot of our healing so we don't take our triggers and our shadow and all that into it. And I know that I've been working with doing Kundalini, doing sound healing, voice. I'm actually taking a certification course and working with a healer who's doing some other work with me. And it's weird because there's some stuff coming up that have been buried very deep there that I didn't even know was there. And it's kind of like, oh my God. And it's kind of some gnarly stuff. And it's like, we want to clear all that. We want to get rid of that. We want to clear that so we create from a pure heart and from pure love. And I actually just realized part of the reason we're talking about this is coming up this Saturday, we have huge energy. It is a new moon solar eclipse, and I'm having a class on that day. It's one of my monthly spiritual intensives. And what it is it's incarnational, ancestral, karmic, and inner child healing. It's a 2.5 course. And we go in and we do all these processes where we are going to clear all this stuff. For us to create a new world that's going to be filled with love and light, we've got to clear this stuff. And it's amazing how much incarnational, past life stuff and ancestral stuff so many of us are still carrying, and karmic, because a lot of people don't realize that you carry the karma of anybody that you have, well, for one thing, had sexual relations with, anyone that you've been in love with, anybody that you've had angry words and struggles of that sort with, anybody that you have accepted kind of as your own, you share that karma with. And we want to start clearing that up, because karma is a belief system. It's another matrix that we all kind of agreed to play out. And it gave us that ability to learn about cause and effect, because that's a big thing about being on this planet is there's cause and effect. You do something and you have a reaction. And so karma was to teach us that. But what happened is over time, karma started getting longer and longer. The cycles of playing it out and learning it got it to where it spread out between lifetimes and multiple lifetimes and, thousands of years. And then now all of a sudden, here we are, where we're trying to heal karma from something, from 1530 to AD, before BC, before Jesus, before any of this stuff. And we're trying to clear thousands and thousands of years of incarnational stuff and ancestral, because the ancestry has been there. And if you think about ancestrally, you look at your tree, you got your mom and you got your dad and you got your grandmas and grandpas and then their moms and dads. And it doesn't take very long before that tree is huge. And also ancestrally, we're connected to step parents, adopted parents, cousins, aunts, uncles. It's like all that karma is connected. And it's so important at this time to clear that stuff up. And then childhood traumas too. A lot of times we bring this stuff in and it carries into the childhood. So what's so cool about this course that I'm doing on Saturday, April 30th, that's coming up Saturday, guys, is that we're going to get in and we're going to kind of go back to the beginning of when all the stuff started in your past lives and clear that energy, and the beginning of ancestry and clear that up. Beginning of karma, right? Which is probably going to be about the beginning of time, right? For everybody, we're going to start clearing that up. And we use frequencies, we use practices, we use kind of like a repeating phrases that we'll do. It's like a call and response sort of a deal. And then when we do that, the last thing we do is we look at childhood things, because a lot of times if we've cleared all that up, it clears childhood stuff up. So it's going to clear from point of cause, right? All the way through to the current time and into the future as well. So you're doing some massive, massive clearing of energies that may be blocking you, from moving forward, or from really being happy, or from really being healthy, or really being abundant like you want to. If you're not living your biggest, baddest, most abundant, healthiest, wonderful life, this is a great course to take, because you're going to learn a lot about it, but mainly we're going to be clearing that stuff, where it's like, we don't even have to go poking into the yucky stuff. We can go right in and we can just start clearing it. And a lot of them are around like vows, and commitments and contracts that we've made, things that we've agreed to. And now thousands of years later, they make absolutely no sense, but we're still stuck on that karmic wheel with it. So we want to clear that up. And also, when we are talking about ancestrally, part of that ancestry is what in our DNA that we're connected to the star seeds and the interplanetary ancestry too. Have we always been on the good side of, the extraterrestrial, interplanetary, multidimensional thing? Probably not. Just like our walk here, we played the bad guy and the good guy. And so it's really important to clear all of that up and to get it out of the fields, out of the consciousness. And so I'm offering that. It's going to be so fun. It's only $44 for a 2.5-hour course. So you can't go wrong with that. And it's on Learn It Live. And if you want more information, I'm more than happy to send it to you. So my star seeds, I kind of want, because we don't have a ton of people on here right now, I'm going to put a question here in our chat. And what I'm going to do is I want everybody to just kind of close your eyes, put your hands over your heart, and just kind of close your eyes. And what you're going to do is you're going to ask yourself this question: am I a star seed? Okay. Am I a star seed? But I want you guys to really listen to the very first response you get before your brain kicks in, before your little mind goes, oh no, oh yeah, of course I'm a star seed, before everything, that very first boom, right after. So I'm actually going to ask you, I'm going to lead you guys in this for you to get the answers. And I want you guys to type them in once we get them. So everybody take a nice deep breath, just breathing in, close your eyes and release, and just take a minute. And as you release, just kind of allow yourself to begin to relax. And just really take that moment to just let your body soften. Let's take another nice deep breath, breathing in. As you release your breath, consciously release any tension, any resistance, any expectation. Take another nice deep breath, breathing in, breathing out. And just take a moment and just feel your heart. Just bring your awareness to your heart. Your heart is that love center. It's the center of your soul. And it is where truth is. You can always get the truth from your heart. And so take one more nice deep breath, breathing in, breathing out, hands on your heart, mind on your heart, and just ask, am I a star seed? Yes or no? And what is the first answer you guys got? I want you to put it in the chat. I want to be able to see that because it's so good. If you didn't feel like you got a really clear answer, do it again. Nice deep breath. And just release. Am I a star seed? I'll tell you what, I got a yes. Who else got a yes? Yeah, well, Holly, you did. Of course you are a star seed. Of course you are a star seed. Now, if you're getting a no, I'm going to walk you through another little thing. So if you're getting a no and you don't want to put it on there, it doesn't mean no. It just means that your protection system may be very strong. Dawn, yeah. Oh, there, yes. And something about being called Tomar. Oh, very cool. Yeah, Jules, that's why we take the very first thing. Anybody who's done a star, you are a star. Anytime, that's why anybody who's done any kind of training for like psychic, mediumship, intuition, anything, we learn first thing first that you got to take the very first question, the very first answer before the brain kicks in. And it's training. It's training for that. When I do readings for people, I have to have had to be really good about taking what comes first and not let my brain get involved. Because sometimes it's really easy to go, oh my God, what I just said doesn't make sense, or what they're saying doesn't make sense. And I'm so lucky. All right, Debbie, very good. See, We got stars here. It's really easy to, ask yourself a question like, am I a star seed? And then if you don't listen to that first little boop that happens, then the brain's like, see, you're not a star seed. You didn't even hear anything, blah, 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 and doing its thing that the ego does. But if you just listen to that first bink, and if you train yourself to listen to that and to listen to that and listen to that first and not let the brain get involved, you'll find very, very quickly that you'll be able to listen to your intuition a lot more too. So welcome, star seeds, all y'all. Dawn is Jules. You said, yeah, brain kicks in. Kimberly, Wahali, see, all you guys are star seeds. And that's why we're going to take our readings today from the Starseed oracles. It's really big for some reason for this. I want to say last week and this week, this topic is like really big, not just for me, but it's for a lot of other people. It's like this connection to the stars, this connection to interplanetary is important that we start getting, opening up our minds and tapping into that, because that's some information that we need, because we're awesome and we're so much more than we think we are. And that's a good place to start to get the brain kind of, let's stretch the brain out. We're also going to use these ones. And these ones are so cool because these ones also are connected to the interstellar gateways and everything. That's what this is right there. Right? So super cool. So that's what we're doing. We're using our star cards today. Why? Because we can. Yeah, the Starseed deck. The Starseed deck is so cool. It's so beautiful. It's so gentle, and it's so appropriate. And yeah, and here's another thing too that we can do here today, because we got plenty of time. Ooh, I'm getting chills. I'm getting chills. There is someone here with us. I want to tap into this energy. It's a really beautiful energy. It is a star being. I feel like it's very male. He's coming in. He's got the hood, because at first I was like, oh, hell no. But it has the hood and it has the cape. But when I look into his hood, I just see all of the stars and universes in there. And he's showing me that he comes through a portal. And he's holding his hand out, and he's showing that he's got like holding like globes of the universes, and the universes, time, his time. He's coming here representing time, Chronos, the Chronos. I've heard that word. I don't know what it is, but we're gonna, with Chronos. Very interesting. We have a visitor. We have someone who's here. Hey, Linda. So here's what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen. Ask your questions. Go ahead, throw your questions in there. If you have any question about what we're talking about being a star seed, finding out, maybe even finding out like who you are connected to. We can do that. We can do anything. We got a half an hour to play. So anybody have any questions? It can be a question that you need answered, a question about being a star seed, maybe what cultures you are connected to, whatever you guys would like to do. And I realized that the chat kind of has some lag in it. So I just had to, last time it was like, I would ask a question and then there'd be no answers, but it's because there's a bit of a lag. So being good. Yeah. Wahali, this deck, the Starseed deck is so good. I just love it. So while everybody's collecting themselves, I am just going to pick a deck. Oh my goodness. Pick a card just for the group, just real quick. And it's so cool. It is the Star Keeper. a cosmic ancestor. See the light by staying grounded. And I'm feeling like almost like this being that came in, well, that is still here with us, that is working with this card was picked by him for you guys. Star keeper, record keeper. You guys know who you are. You guys know who you are. So very cool, very cool. I love it. Oh, good. Okay, so yeah, well, Holly, I had the second one and then I gave it away before I even opened it up. So Dawn, are you Pleiadian? I'm getting a yes on that. But I do feel like you have a connection to other star systems, Dawn. But yeah, you get a strong Pleiadian, which are the seven sisters. You know, the Pleiadians are here very much. They bring in song and music and frequency medicine and all that kind of stuff. It's really beautiful. So yeah. Well, Holly, I would love to know origins. Oh, I got really strong Wahali, Arcturian. You're very strongly an Arcturian. And Arcturians are the peacekeepers. And Arcturians, a lot of times they come in here and have really rough kind of childhoods. Arcturians aren't always ones that come in and have these wonderful, peaceful lives. A lot of times they come in and they come in for the hard route, but they do that because they're learning and they're growing and they're blessing those around them as they too are growing too. So, well, Holly, you're an Arcturian like me. Kimberly is saying, I'm looking for an answer on positive change in my living situation. All right. Sounds like you need a big reading, honey. That's a big question, but I'm going to pull some cards for you. But come get a reading. Come get a 30-minute reading. We can clear that up and take a look at it too. Don't hesitate. I've got time. So Linda, this is for you. You know what, Linda? It's time for you to take the leap. First card you got is breakthrough, leap of faith. It's time for you to get the freedom that you have been wanting. And you know that the time is nigh for you to get the freedom that you need. So this is leap of faith, freedom, and new beginnings. And so I want to say there is a new beginning that is waiting for you too, Linda. You have, Kimberly. I'm sorry. This is for Kimberly. Kimberly. Breakthrough, new beginnings, leap of faith, get the freedom that you've wanting. And then the next one is you're going to have the freedom to create the prosperity and everything that you've been looking for. There's something about your current situation, whether it's a relationship or something that is holding you back. And it's not about time so much as it about people. People that just aren't letting you be fully who you need to be. And then the last card you got, Kimberly, is emotional freedom. It's really about moving into emotional freedom. And so I got to say, whatever this is that is concerning you, it's really time for you to put yourself first and take care of you and do what you need to do to be, well, a word even safe. I don't feel like it's physical safety, but I do feel like it's emotional safety. And I think it's really important that you understand. So Kimberly, you got breakthrough, manifestation, and emotional freedom. Once you let go of this that is holding you back, you're powerful. Your power is going to come up and you're not going to be without. You're going to be able to create, manifest everything that you need. And so I hope that helps, Kimberly. I hope that helps you. Linda is saying, I was born on a partial solar eclipse and wonder how solar eclipses affect me. Well, you will always feel it stronger. Each eclipse is under a particular alignment, a zodiacal alignment and star alignment. And so each one is different, but you will definitely be more affected by it. And any of them that are in the sign of Cancer is going to be even more. You also want to look at not only your sun sign, but you want to look at your rising sign and your moon sign. When we get into these, we've got this one is coming up, I think is in Taurus. So anybody that has Taurus, moon, rising, or sun is going to feel this eclipse. And this eclipse, I'm already feeling it. It is really powerful, you guys. We've got this eclipse coming up. We've just come through a bunch of gateways. We've got the sun going off its meter. We've got the Schumann resonance just bringing it. We've got the meteor showers out there, and we're coming into the solar eclipse, which is beginning to line up. We got the solar eclipse, and then it opens that eclipse season. And then the next full moon that we have is a lunar eclipse, is on Wesak. So these next 3 weeks are going to be really strong for everybody. But Linda, for you, definitely the ones that are in Cancer and affect Cancer. Also take a look at your rising sign and your moon sign, because that affects too. But oh, definitely. And the solar eclipses, that's intense. That's soul, SOUL. That's about your soul. That's about soul growth. So whatever comes up, and this is for everybody too, but Linda, especially for you, because you were born on that solar eclipse, is these eclipses are times to get into your soul and meet your soul and spend some time with your soul. So that means quiet time, meditation, maybe some chanting, maybe some toning, really getting into it. Crystal bowls are beautiful to use for that because they clear as well. So definitely intense stuff for you on these eclipses, Linda. Hang on there, drink lots of water too, hun. So Bear's saying, am I almost done with my karmic debts? I'm exhausted. You know, that's a hard question, because honestly, with the mind, you're going to crack up there. Your card you got was karmic relationships. It's about the Orion energy, which is the Pleiadian, right? Polarity, soul growth, and conflict. Part of your job here is getting out of this karmic entanglement. And one of the ways to do that, Bear, is to realize who you are, that you are massive, strong, brilliant, amazing, and that you are part of something far greater than the karmic matrix that we have wrapped ourselves in. And I also want to tell you, Bear, start using the violet flame of limitless transmutation. It's super powerful. You can Google it. I don't think it's on my website right now. I've got the white light one, but any kind of meditation that clears and cleanses your chakra, especially with white light fire, with violet fire, with gold fire, will help to clear the energies of these karmic debts. And yours seem to be around relationships, how you're interacting with other people, not just romantic relationships either. It can be family, it can be friends, it can be work, with you. So are you almost done? There's still work to do. Archangel Michael is like, it's okay, honey, it's okay, it's okay. But there, yeah, be doing your inner work, be doing that violet flame, man. It's powerful. It will clear some stuff up. And come to the class. Come to the class. Let's clean all this stuff up. For those of you that are new, Saturday, I'm doing a class. This Saturday, April 30th, I'm doing a spiritual intensive that is incarnational, ancestral, karmic, and inner child healing. Only $44, but you got to get in there and get signed up. So contact me if you're interested. You can contact me on Facebook, or you can email me. Bloop. Or you can do this. And there's the link for the Learn It Live too, if you guys need that. I mean, I'm telling you, now's the time to do it. It really is. So let's see. Do, 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 do. All right. So Debbie would like to know my origins. Debbie, you come from, I want to say Andromeda, honey, but I don't think that's your origin. I think that you are, Debbie, your origin is kind of even beyond what we know right now, but you're associated with Andromeda. And Andromeda is another one that is like here for humanity, but they're not real close on the planet. They're kind of way far off and they're kind of holding the whole space for us right now. But yeah, I'm getting definitely Andromeda. That's cool. We need you. Andromedans are super powerful. They're like, they could explode our planet from outer space. You don't mess with them, but they're very loving souls, you know. Jules, I'd like to know my origins as well. Jules, you kind of tap in with the Lyrans from Lyra, Lyra, but you too are associated with Arcturians as well. So you got kind of both of those. You got kind of both of those going on too. Because you got to remember, you know, we're so old. We've been associated with many of these star forms, but the starseed thing that we're talking about is kind of like where you sprinkled down into this lifetime from. Because yeah, very cool. Very cool. I love that you guys are asking this. This makes me so excited because I love talking about this stuff. Karen Lesby is saying, can you tell me what spirit is in the house with me? Well, your mother is one of them. But let's call upon the violet flame to wrap you, Karen, and throughout your house to transmute, transform, transcend any lower spirits. I don't think it's a lower spirit. I feel your mom there. I feel your mom there a lot. So I hope that helps. You're welcome, Kimberly. Oh, Kimberly. Oh, girl, your moon and Venus are in Taurus. Okay, Kimberly, your job for the next week or two is to really stay centered, do as much meditation as you can, stay in that place, open up, and let this time period be a part where you pierce the spiritual glass ceiling that you have had and to move into the greater you. Call upon the infinite divine wisdom, the infinite divine love, whatever words you want to use. So that I like infinite divine wisdom of eternal loving presence. Infinite divine wisdom of eternal loving presence. And call upon that. And you've got a really powerful opening here. That's really cool, Kimberly. That's really cool. I'd love to hear back. I'd love to hear back how you go through this. Stay in touch. Linda's sun and moon in Cancer and Virgo rising. Yeah, you've got right now, because we've got Taurus. Where's Taurus? May, June, July, August, September, October. Oh, so that's moving into Scorpio too. I haven't really looked into the new moon, and I know there's Taurus involved. But it could be Scorpio too. There could be any of you guys that have Scorpio in your top three. It might be doing. Yeah, Linda, you're a little sensitive thing, aren't you? You're a little sensitive thing with that Virgo rising. You can get kind of snappy sometimes. I know because I'm a Virgo sun, a snap. People would just do what we tell them to do. Very cool. And then Linda. Wow, Linda, I'm not feeling star. I'm getting like you're from like a totally different galaxy, girl. Wow. Linda, your energy. Archangel Michael keeps going from a galaxy far, far away. He's not even giving me a name, but I can tell you that you are very associated with the Pleiadians. So here's how I see it and how it's been explained to me is some of us like have been everywhere. Some people not so much. It's just some people stay one place. Some of us are intergalactic travelers. Linda, you're an intergalactic traveler, by the way. But when we come into this plane, usually we come through Arcturus, come through Pleiadian, a couple other like the Lyran and the Andromedan. And then that's where our starseed association is. But you know what, Linda? Your star association is definitely Pleiadian, but you come from a long way away. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I love that. I love that. Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. I love your guys' energy too. You know, I can only play if you guys are here to play with, you know. It's no sense in me being here if nobody's here to play with me, right? And so this is super fun for me. I love it. I love it. Whoops. I keep clicking on stuff. And I so appreciate all of you that are watching, even if you're not making comments, even if you're just kind of here and absorbing. I appreciate you being here. Not everybody wants to get involved. Oh, Linda's saying I used to look at the Pleiades and feel homesick. Yeah. Yeah. I know I used to lay on the grass and look up at the night sky and feel like I was falling into the sky. And when I would come back and I wouldn't continue falling, I would cry and I would feel so lonesome. So yeah, we have it. We are from someplace else, you know. Mother Earth is this beautiful, beautiful planet that is a host of many species of humans. I guess we could call that many species of star people, and other beings too, you know. And it's kind of cool. I've been seeing some stuff. Oh my gosh, the people talk about the flat Earth situation. But now there's this other inverted matrix kind of thing that is just blowing my mind. When I understand it, I'll share it with you guys a little bit more. But we got a lot of different species on here. They're saying thank you. Oh, I don't know. Oh, Vera, because you weren't here for the talk. We were talking about star seeds and who were star seeds, who felt like that they were star seeds. And we were talking about what star galaxy, I guess you would call it, what star system that you're from. And so we were kind of playing with that. See, you need to come for the whole talk, guys. We got all kinds of chitty chat stuff going on. And I'm going to be doing more and more of this so that we can interact, because I like interacting with you guys. So any other questions, my beautiful darlings? Boop. All right. I hope I got everybody. Hope I got everything. Yeah, and this solar eclipse I usually feel them a couple days ahead, and this is what 1, 2, 3, 4 days ahead. And I'm feeling that. I had a total anxiety attack yesterday, and I was like, what is going on? And it's just the intensity. There's so much. Yeah. Well, Holly, I have too. Falling into the daytime sky. I used to love when I was young. I remembered the sky used to be such a beautiful shade of blue. And it's like we don't see that anymore. And I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's because they're messing with their skies or we see it once in a while, but that deep, deep blue with the puffy clouds. And I remember sometimes I've fallen into the daytime sky too. And it's just so beautiful. It's just so beautiful. So awesome, awesome time with you guys. I appreciate you so much. Oh, Kimberly. Oh. Yeah, Kimberly, you got that scorp. Put your seatbelt on, hon. It's good. And it's all good. This is the thing about all this stuff. It is not here to destroy you or make your life miserable. That is not the purpose. A lot of people have grabbed to that. This is an opportunity for you to have massive spiritual advancement, but it does require some self-discipline. It does require you to be true to yourself, to take quiet time, to take care of yourself, and to really open your heart and mind to the infinite universal intelligence of eternal loving presence that wants to come in and be with you. You know, something I've called a lot of times, you know, I call in the angels and the masters and all that, but really it's all one. It's all one thing. And I'm finding, ooh, the gold sun, me too. Yeah, you're right, Kimberly. And what it is, you know, it's so important that we realize we're all one. This is all one great, big, huge morphogenic field that we're all existing in. And all these beings that we're calling are all a part of that. But it's so vast. And I'm getting this inspiration to begin addressing the whole as a whole and not as the individuals, even though we can experience it that way. And so it's like everything's shifting and molding, and it's so exciting. So thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to pop off now, go get me something to eat because it's almost 5:00 and I haven't eaten today yet. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. Make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss anything. And also make sure that you are on my Soulful Living Tribe so you can get reminded too. Soulful Living Tribe is my Facebook group. And I'm also on Instagram and Tweety and Tickety Talk. And so any place you want to come play. I'm happy to see you. I'll always follow you back. And if you guys are interested in the class on Saturday, do it. Do it. You will be so happy that you did. It's super powerful. So I love you guys. Yeah, Lyrans are definitely, yeah. Google your star family. Start learning about them a little bit. So thank you guys. Happiness, happiness, happiness. We will see you next Tuesday. But hopefully we'll actually see you on the 30th. And every Wednesday evening at 6 p.m. I have a meditation, also on Learn It Live. And I also have classes. We're learning about the Ascended Masters that are Fridays at 4. So I got lots of stuff going on. And on Thursday, my New Earth Rising with Sharon Sananda Kumara. We're going to be live talking about Spirit Box. We're going to be listening on Spirit Box to get spirit information and talk to spirits. On out. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, come on and play. You can get it all just by contacting me, emailing me, letting me know what's going on. So I love you guys. Mwah. Be good, have fun, and let's all rise together. Blessings.